Hello there. Welcome to World According to Who. Uh, Today we're gonna talk about a topic on time. Uh, it was a conversation with my friend Dylan earlier about time goes by really fast. I have this interest where I talk to people about. I'm gonna write down really quick like the few bullet points I wanted to talk about. So about time, how fast the time goes by on a daily basis, and why time goes by seems like goes by faster as you get older compared to when you were younger. So I wanted to talk about that, and also possibly what are some ways to slow down time in our life. Cause I feel like when we are younger in elementary school, childhood, time seems to be slower, and as we get older, times do seems to go by faster. And I talk to so many people about this kind of topic, whether guys in the gym, I talk to elderly, young people. And I asked them this question, like, how do you feel about time? Do you feel time goes by pretty fast? And usually older people tend to say, oh yeah, it goes by super fast. It's just like a blink of eyes, and you are in another day, another decade, and 30 years later, 40 years later, and now you're 70, you're 80, and they feel it just go by really fast. So I've been curious about this topic for a couple of years now, and I've been spending a lot of time also thinking about it. Like, why do time goes by faster as we get older? So there's some people they say it's like your life is a fraction. Your age is a fraction of your life. So when you're younger, it seems to go slower, and as you get older, it seems to go faster. Which that concept I'm not 100% sure if I can agree with and understood fully what they mean. But I do have another like kind of like idea is that time goes by faster because you become autopilot with your day-to-day life. When you are familiar with your daily routines, you tend to become autopilot. Like you are nowadays, there's self-driving cars. You are just going through the going through the day kind of like on a routine. You don't really put a lot of time, you put a lot of energy into thinking about learning new things or figuring out new tasks. It's just autopilot. So it becomes more like your daily and your weekly daily schedule becomes very similar, becomes mundane. And so that in a way you don't feel like you're learning new things, and that kind of like slow down the time, like speed up the time in a way. It doesn't give you anything new, new. I won't say it's exciting, but new to figure out. So in your memory, you are not really thinking. You're not really thinking or figuring out or exploring new ideas. So one example I can give you is that like recently I went to Poland, and in Poland I spent 3 weeks there, and during the 3 weeks I was there, I feel time goes by a lot slower for some reason. I felt that I was there for maybe a couple months to half a year at the time when I was there. It feels that way. It really feels that way. That 3 weeks seems longer. And then I got back to San Diego 2 weeks now. And this 2 weeks feels like really fast. It's like I'm very familiar with my life in San Diego. It somehow just go by really, really fast. This 2 weeks is really, really fast. And that 3 weeks in Poland, I spent a week and a half, about a week and a half on each city, in Warsaw for a week and a half, and also in Krakow for another week and a half. And those time in Europe, it just feel a lot longer. It feels very long, in fact. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have to figure out a lot of new things, like how to power up my iPhone because they have a different electrical outlet that they use. And so I have to buy the charger for that European style outlet. That's new. And also the language is new, people, culture, buildings, streets, and everything's new. I feel like I'm a brand new baby going to a different country, and I have to learn where to get food, grocery, their money, the currencies, everything is new. So maybe going to a new place, you feel like you're a child again in a way that you're trying to figure out things. You're learning, you're absorbing. Maybe you're absorbing new information. Whereas if you live in the same place, you're very familiar, very comfortable, and every day becomes autopilot, that in a way, it just goes by. There's not a lot of new memory created in a way. That makes time goes by a lot faster, maybe because it's autopilot. And when I was in a new place, I just feel like I have to learn new things. That makes time goes by slower. Perhaps that is one of the reasons why as we get older, time goes by faster. But what are some ways do you think we can slow down time? Become more mindful, perhaps? Be mindful in our daily activities instead, like future pace or past tense, thinking about the past or thinking too much of the future. Become more mindful in our day-to-day activities. Perhaps like if you're in the gym doing your workout, instead of just rushing through, maybe take deeper breaths while you're doing each sets of workout, each reps. Maybe doing that, or when you're eating a meal, I tend to eat pretty fast when I eat meals. I'm learning to become a little bit more mindful. Maybe take eating it slower and enjoy each meal, each bite of food. Perhaps that's also like living in the moment in a way. What are some ways to slow down time? I know like when I sit in the sauna for that 20 minutes feels like a long, long time. Because I just kind of like body feels ready to get out of the sauna in the heat. So like that discomfort makes the time goes by slower. But it's quite amazing. Like I wonder if we get older, as we get older, does time go a lot faster? I know whenever I talk to an elderly person, they always say time goes by really, really fast. So it's quite interesting, Right now, we're living in this digital age. I wonder if the technology also impact our perception of time. Like things goes by faster, perhaps. Maybe everything is fast paced. We need some information, we get it right away. We need to get in contact with somebody, we make a phone call, we get it right away. Send an email, give a phone call, do a Zoom video call, or like you want to look up some information, you just get easily access to information as soon as possible. Does that speed up time? Let's say if you live in a village and there's no electricity, will time perception be different? Let's say you go live with the Amish people for a month. What would be the time perception when you're there, when there's no technology around, when there's no internet around? Will that be a different experience if you go live with the Amish for 1 month? Will time feel a lot slower if you live in that sort of environment than with your technology all around? I find that quite interesting. So another point that I was talking to Dylan about is just time goes by really fast. Why and how can we slow down our time? How can we slow down the experience of time? Make it slower, or maybe make it more enjoyable. So I remember what another thing I would point out is that on average, we live over 20,000 days in our lifetime. That is equivalent to like 80 years old. So 80 years old times 365 days. And it's over 20,000 days. And for majority of us, we have probably already lived maybe close to half or more than half or a little bit less than half, because we're adults, majority of us. And so that makes it 20,000 days. We have like about 10,000 days left. Just kind of like estimates. I'm not doing exact math. So about 10,000 days left. And then a big portion of that time is spent resting. So average, we sleep about maybe 8 hours. Some people sleep more, some people sleep less. Or you spend time watching TV on your bed, let's say called resting. You spend 8 hours or more, let's say 12 hours. 12 hours, 8 hours sleep, 4 hours just doing nothing, resting, watching TV. That's half of that time. And then there are the times that you spend in the job, about 8 hours a day spent in the job. So you have another like a few hours left to do just whatever, shopping, doing other errands, doing your laundry, and buying stuff, fixing stuff, car maintenance, and paying bills, etc. And then you have a little bit of time for vacation. And so that 10,000 days, half of that is 5,000. 5,000 days left. And then you just spend it on. Oh, and also my friend Dylan also mentioned about old age. As you get older, you have to go to the hospital. You have to go get medicine. You have to go take care of your body. And your body will not function as well compared to when you're younger. And so the value of your time is quite important out there. Like, where do you put your time in? Do you spend your time doing nothing in your young age? What do you spend your time on? It's quite interesting. I feel like, do we value our time? And how do we value our time? Like, what do we spend our time on? Playing video games, watching YouTube, going on TikTok, going on Instagram, scrolling on things. And time just goes by fast, really fast. Like right now I'm talking to you at this age. Soon I might be 70, 80, if I could live long enough, take good care of myself. And then you'll be having like aches and pains, blurred vision, and your body is getting old, so it's falling apart. It makes you question the meaning of your life. What is the purpose of your life? It just goes by that fast. I just feel like a little while ago, it was my college time. I was a teenager. And now I'm in my 30s. Thinking about it, times go by really fast. And soon I'm going to be 50, That's like, yeah, not too much. It's like about the same amount of time from teenager years. And so it does go by really fast. It is important to value our time. Where do we put our time value in? Or we just live our day by day? I mean, if you're happy, if you're low on stress, you're just going living your day like a seagull. It may be a good thing. You just live through your life very peacefully, going through day by day, enjoying life. And some people, they are more ambitious. They want to achieve things. But ultimately, I wanted to share is that we only have a certain amount of time on this earth. Certain amount of time. And you have already spent a majority of time already. You only have a small amount of time left. That is, a big portion is for resting. Big portion for doing errands, doing laundry, paying bills, car maintenance, paying house bills, cleaning, and then you have this small window of time left to maybe achieve something that you wanted to achieve in life. Quite interesting topic. I'm going to end this conversation there. I would like to see if you have any thoughts. Feel free to leave a comment.